The search is over. We don't need any more confirmations. Dr. Leah is definitely the impaler. Okay. She is the one that's running the show. Her right hand man is Mr. Wren right here. We thought that it was Grayson, but he's in a whole different situation. He literally became a medical courier to get more money so that he can help his mother, who actually does have Parkinson's. We found out that Ren is actually Dr. Leah's right hand man when she called him and told him that Jacob and Grayson have been doing their own thing and he needs to reel that back in, right? Like they're getting a little too comfortable with these drop offs. He needs to figure out what's going on with them so that they can get back on the usual schedule, right? Grayson was trying to play his role. He was trying to do the things or whatever. But Mr. Wren over here is keen on teaching people a lesson. Remember when Smitty had that informant and he was like, I'm over it because that guy just put somebody in the hospital? Yeah, that was Wren. Okay. He done beat up Jacob for sure. And now he has stabbed Grayson. Okay. He caught Grayson in the hallway, in the hospital hallway, and got him good. Even said, I like when they fight. So this is fun for him. Mr. Wren loves to beat up the people. Okay. He loves to have some physical altercations. And apparently, this is not his first nor his last. And after getting Grayson, he goes right back to Jacob, aka Rashad, and tells him that it's his fault. He's like, yeah, you were doing too much. And I told you it was going to be some repercussions for your actions, which in this case was not just to hurt Jacob, but to hurt the people around him. To make matters even worse, Grayson went to Ashley's house for help. After being stabbed in the hospital, in the hallways of the hospital, he leaves the hospital to go to Ashley and beg her not to send him back to the hospital, or at least to the hospital. She didn't know that that's where he was coming from. Now, we don't know what's going to happen because although she's patched him up, she's still a nurse, right? Like, we all know that Ashley can't hold water. So she's going to tell somebody, right? I don't know if she's going to call Naomi over. I don't know if she's going to call Shanice over. She may even call Dr. Ted. Who knows who she's going to call? But right now, Grayson is in bad shape. He is literally laid up in her bed in her apartment with a patch on his stomach that's still bleeding out and could very likely go into shock because he's still bleeding out, right? Like, we don't know how deep the stab went. Like, when Ren went in, he went in. Okay, so I Grayson might be on borrowed time. And Jacob is freaking out because Grayson was calling him in the beginning, but now he's not answering the phone. And obviously, because he doesn't want Jacob to know that he's at Ashley's house. Because that was Jacob's main thing for Grayson, to leave Ashley alone, to leave her out of this so that she won't get mixed up in the mess as well. And now he's completely crossed the line. And he's going to have to tell Ashley something because we all know she don't let nothing go. She's not going to let this go, especially with you bleeding out in her bed when it was supposed to be date night. Sir, it's only a matter of time before she tells Naomi. Naomi puts two and two together and then everything overlaps. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on here. And then Ashley almost got caught because her mom, who's also very helpful yet pushy, comes into the apartment. She comes to help her cook the dinner and she's like, oh, you need to get dressed and you need to do da 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 da. And it took her a minute to get her out of there. And side note, her mom's little mysterious boyfriend is still around. Whoever Mr. Owen is, can he please come to the front? Because I'm starting to feel like maybe he's Leah's boss or something. Like he must be involved in something for us to not see his face at all. But child, we gonna see what happens. I hope she don't call Derek or take Grayson to that clinic because then it's really going down. Now, Team Bro-in-law right here, they ain't doing too good. Okay, they are not doing too good. Okay, and technically, I'm saying that wrong because Martin and Naomi are cousins. So, Team Cousin-in-law. That sounds even more lame than brother-in-law. Anyways, they're not doing great. All right, Jacob is still very bruised. He's very cautious, very suspicious, very scared. Okay. Because Ren definitely told him that he's coming after anybody that he's connected to. And now that he's given Jacob his bruises, aka Richard his bruises, Ren is looking for how else he can hurt this man. So he's definitely scared that he's going to figure out that he's teaming up with, Smitty, and get Smitty hemmed up, get Naomi hemmed up, Ashley, Nicole. There's so many people, right, that can end up getting hurt in this process. Smitty is going through it. All right. Smitty is straight up going through it. First of all, he's going in the wrong direction with this whole investigation. He's looking into a Rachel. I don't even know what her last name is, but he's thinking that the Rachel is the impaler. I don't know how he came up with like the first female name that he saw and was like, "Oh, that's her. We're looking for a woman. That's her." Like, Smitty, I'm pretty sure there's hundreds of women that work in that hospital. No, he needs to keep digging before he starts just honing in on one name. But he is. He's already like, I need to figure out who Rachel is. So he's already going in the wrong direction. And then Smitty is also having problems with Martin. Now, I haven't mentioned those two lately because it really hasn't been much going on between them. They've very much been playing dad and pop to Samantha and Tyrell, getting them ready for the cotillion. But now that Martin is so set on running for senator after, winning his Congress seat that he's running for right now, oh, they had a heated conversation, baby. Because Martin has been talking to everybody but Smitty, to be honest. Smitty was right about that. Okay. He done talked to Vernon. He done talked to Nicole. He even talked to Bill. He done talked to Joey. It's been weeks. Well, he told Smitty weeks. I feel like it's been months since we've known that he was thinking about running for Senate, right? So they're already in the hot seat. Smitty's not with it. I think that every politician has something to hide. So, Martin having this secret is not going to make him worst of a politician. But everybody is right to be cautious, okay? Because they still don't know what happened to that last person who disappeared. We all know that he was unalived. But I'm sure there's more to uncover. So Martin just needs to sit down, okay? Value your family and your safety because it's too much. I love my BTG fam, but the messiness is real when it comes to Lynette in the airways. Like on the internet and social medias, y'all have been posting the obituaries. I'm sorry. Y'all been posting like obituary photos of Lynette, and I am just tickled. It's hilarious because I don't think she's dead. All right, y'all. I do not think that Randy unalived her. I think that she's chilling in some apartment and she's thinking like, oh, me and Randy are just on a cute little vacay. He just wanted to spend some money on me before we go back to the city. Like they're just no, I don't even think it's that deep. I think Randy thinks that he's running game, but I don't even I think she's fine. I think he's deceiving her for sure to keep her from inside the gates. But at the moment, like no, I don't think she's unalived or in the wind. I think she's about 10, 15 miles out. Like because obviously Randy is with her with the last conversation that Haley had with him to where we couldn't even hear him or see him. She was just on the phone with him when she was at Uptown and just like reiterating like, oh, so she's gone, like we're good, I don't have to worry about her no more, like don't worry about that, don't worry about Bill, I can take care of Bill, we doing good over here, but I'm just making sure that we're good on that side. Ciao. And then poured out a little bit of champagne for Miss Lynette. Ciao. But you know who ain't letting it go? Tomas. Okay. And if I was him, I wouldn't let it go either. Because y'all definitely had me messed up, had my name in the gutter in these streets, right? Had him almost be disbarred with the mess that was going on. So yeah, it's good that Tomas is still looking into her. He got a private investigator and everything. And the last thing that the investigator even found was the fact that she was supposed to sign this lease with Vanessa for this penthouse, but she never put the payment information on the application and she never got back to Vanessa. So Tomas was just like, just keep it going. If she ever uses her debit card, credit card, whatever, I need to know. I need to know where she is. Do y'all really think that Randy is about it to take Lynette out like that? Like, he didn't even have the backbone to take out Doug. Remember? Like, y'all remember when Doug was his assignment? I don't know. I just don't give it. I don't have it for Randy. I don't think he's as hard of a henchman as they try to make it seem. Like, what y'all think? Where is Lynette? Where y'all think she at? Let's talk about the games that's constantly being played between these three. Like, it's crazy. The week before last, I'm giving y'all like full recaps because I know I missed last week. It was a lot going on. The week before last, Danny called Naomi and told her the good news about Anita being on her way towards remission with this whole cancer situation. Naomi was like, "Oh, yay." Gave Bill the phone because she was having dinner with Bill and Haley at the time. Bill gives his congratulations. Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. Da, 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 da. In the midst of the conversation, he calls Danny baby. Exactly. In front of Naomi, in front of Haley, just straight up, "Oh, baby, that's so great. I'm so glad you're doing well." Da, da, da. Very naturally, very casual. Hmm. Now Danny's beaming, right? Like ever since then, Danny is very much like, "Oh, Bill still loves me. He still wants me." She even goes in with Vanessa when she has a dinner with Vanessa and she tells her like, "Yeah, Bill told my dad that he regrets the divorce. He's been calling me baby. He's being sweet to me. He likes me. He likes me again." I do appreciate that she was a little honest, and was like, "Yeah, part of me does enjoy, this little taste of vindication that I'm having." But she swears that she still loves Andre and she doesn't want anything other than her and Andre's marriage. We gonna see, boo. We gonna see. I don't know, but she still be a little melty in front of Bill for my liking. But Bill is just straight up delusional. Even Chelsea told him, like, "Yo, something's going on with Haley. Like, what's happening?" And he made me so mad when they had the conversation about her closing out a whole savings account with hundreds of thousands of dollars in it that was supposed to be their son's college fund, right? But now that they've agreed that they're not having any more kids, she's like, "Oh, I closed it so you wouldn't have to see, that we were supposed to have a child and we didn't. I did it for you." And he's like, "Well, if you did it for me, why did you cut a check to yourself instead of having it sent straight to the joint bank account that we have?" She talking about, "Oh, I was just so emotional and I didn't press the right button. My bad." Really, Bill? Really, Bill? Let's see what happens when that check doesn't show up, right? Because that's another scenario. She closed out that account and gave that money to Lynette to really get her out of there. Or Lynette and Randy took it and that's why they're in the wind. What y'all think happened to that money? But I need Bill to wake up. Cause bruh, what? These four are an absolute mess, child. Okay. Leslie and Detective Malone are acting like they're newlyweds. Apparently, he done signed his divorce papers. Child. Apparently, they done made it public. They together. And Vanessa and Joey are just as delusional. He done told her that she can bring as much stuff as she wants into his house. Now, of course, like, no, don't move out of your house. Like, we're still merging this situation together. But definitely told her that she got more than a drawer. She got a key. Like, come on and get comfy. And she takes that as absolutely, goes to his house. They take a few, selfies, a few couple selfies, and she done framed it and put it in the living room. And he talking about, "Oh yeah, we can have all the photos. We can have photos of us. We can have photos of the twins, of our friends, our family, anyone you want." Vanessa, Vanessa, you can put up pictures all you want. Your kids don't even want to come around you. Yeah, Nicole may have gotten chummy with him or whatever, but I still don't see it. Okay. I don't see him being friends with no Duprees. And he's still, tiptoeing around Martin's whole situation. I just can't trust him. Right. Joey has shown that he can be lit in the mouth quite quickly. Right. Like Nicole told Martin, it takes one drop of negativity towards his ego, for him to just start blabbing and saying what he wants about anybody's business. So I don't trust him. I still don't. And I don't trust Malone. Hopefully, he does have a plan to get Leslie locked up, which is what this whole mission started off in the first place, started off as, you know? Yes, they may be, canoodling and Leslie just having a good old time. She even had a good chummy conversation with Vanessa. The two girlies had a nice little conversation. I wonder if Vanessa gonna tell Nicole that her and Leslie getting chummy, right? I'm sure she enjoyed that because Leslie is the only one that really accepts the relationship between Vanessa and Joey. Ciao. If these four become besties, I'm just gonna be laughing my way on. Cause what is this? What is this? Great news from our faves. It does my heart so good to see that they're doing so well, right? I mean, we can only dream and strive for the love that permeates between Vernon and Anita. It's just so beautiful. And they just lean on each other like for real. It's so beautiful. We had a little moments where we thought that Vernon might be dealing with Alzheimer's. He was having some like memory relapses and just like repeating conversations. And so he nipped that in the butt. He went straight to Madison and was like, "Yo, I need you to run some tests. I don't know what's going on." Thankfully, she got back to him and said, "Hey, it's not as deep as you think. The only thing I found was a vitamin D deficiency, right? Apparently he's low on vitamin D. So now they want to do more tests to see why that is, right? Like he was like, she's not going to prescribe him anything until they do a little deeper, dig a little deeper and see what's going on. That's good. That's good, right? That's good news because we didn't want to hear Alzheimer's. I was really hoping not because just another way for a person to wither away, especially someone with such a wise, mind. Like he's so knowledgeable. And that would just be so sad to watch him just fade away, right? In front of his family, constituents, everybody. And that's what Alzheimer's does. Like it takes pieces and chunks of your brain and your life, memory, actions, all of these things. And your loved ones have to just sit there and watch you fade away, even if it's not physically, just mentally, right? Like how heartbreaking would it be for him to look at Anita and not know who she is? Oh, please no, okay? Not now. We've got too much going on. Like, please not now. More good news. Anita only has one more chemo session before she can ring that bell and say that she is done with chemo. Then they can do, they'll have to see if they have to do the surgery to get the lump out, and then she'll be in recovery, right? So, prayerfully we're getting there, right? We're almost there. We're almost out of the woods. I just hope that they both, go towards recovering together and just become stronger and more loving in this process because I love them so much. They deserve happiness. Tomas is on cloud nine. Okay. He is on good terms with Bill. He's trying to figure out where Lynette is. So he's booked and busy on his job. He did a great job with Kat on her birthday, getting all the cousins together, all the family and everything to celebrate her. And now he's asked her to go back to his hometown, which I believe is Puerto Rico, to meet his family, to meet his mom and his grandmother and his cousins and see where he grew up and all of the things, right? So it's sounding serious. And she agreed. She's like, "Yeah, I would love to go." Now, immediately, they gave us a drop of foreshadowing with the fact that she's not going to fit in and they probably won't even like her. Because she immediately went to, "Oh, I'm getting my outfits together in my brain." Girl, Tomas has been talking about how he sends money back home forever. Obviously, they're not rich back home. Like, this is not the time to have a fashion, a runway day every day while you're out there. Like, you need to pack your chill shorts and a shirt and go have fun with this man's family, right? Like, she needs to be as down to earth and relatable as possible. All right. Because worst case scenario, she gets on that island and meets his family, and they all are like, "Oh no, she'll never fit in, Tomas. She'll never understand us. She comes from a completely different world. We don't like her." And we know how Tomas is very close to his family. So if his family doesn't approve, Cat might be in trouble. And how wild is that? For him to be the one to break up with Cat because she doesn't merge with his family, right? Like, bro, you got all these issues, and this is what breaks us up. Crazy. All right. Kat is just in bliss. She's happy that, she's living with her grandparents and she's able to help the grands while Anita is still dealing with, her health issues. She's chilling. She's having a good time. Okay. She's having coffee with Ted again. She called Ted out and was like, you talking to me about not wanting to live alone. What about you, Mr. Still in this hotel? And they both were right. They both were right. Ted was right for calling Kat out. Because she does need to live alone and have a moment of solitude to herself. She needs to see like what works for her as an individual. Right. And apparently Ted does too. But the way that Ted's going, it seemed like he waiting for Nicole still, which is wild. But all is fair in love and war, right? Ted seems to be at a crossroads, right? Shanice came back in town this week, thankfully, because we were missing her pretty face. And we were really happy to see her back on the screens. Apparently, she was out of town for a minute, but she's back. My girl is back. And, she has rekindled with Ted. She told him that she had some time to think and she's okay with them not defining things, or getting too serious, but she does want to progress what is growing between them. And he has agreed. He thinks that, he does like her and he wants them to continue. Now, even though that's the case, he's been drooling over Nicole quite much lately, At Kat's birthday, they even had a moment when he ran into Kat and Nicole at the coffee shop after they had a little shopping moment. And he calls out both of their coffee orders and is like, "Oh, let me get y'all some coffee so we can chill." And Nicole was like, I gotta go. Like, I can't. But it's nice that you still remember my coffee order. And, he beams with that. And it's just like, Andre asked him, like, is something going on with y'all? Like, it's just I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. We all know that Ted wants his wife back, right? I just hope that that doesn't happen at the expense of Shanice. I need for Ted to be honest with Shanice that he is not fully over Nicole. Now, unfortunately, that may be the nail in the coffin for him and Shanice. So I can see him being hesitant with telling Shanice that. He does need to be quite clear that he wants to pursue Nicole again for real before he closes that off with Shanice. Because yeah, once he tells Shanice that, that's going to be a done deal. And who knows if it's even going to be reciprocated with Nicole, right? Their anniversary is coming up, their wedding anniversary is coming up, so that's definitely going to be interesting how both of them chooses to deal with that day, whether they dive into their partners, their new partners, or they dive into each other. I don't know. Ted seems to be a romantic, right? He still gave Nicole those flowers on Kat's birthday. Like, who knows what he's going to do for Nicole on their wedding anniversary? Or is he going to do anything at all, right? Like, who knows? But somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody's going to get hurt. And I do think that it's going to be Shanice. And I hate that for her. She deserves a man that wants her and only her. Like, bring in the new guys for real. Because my girl Shanice deserves love. Nicole is just enjoying her boy toys. She's just enjoying having playtime. Okay. Carlton comes into her office and apologizes for basically telling her that she was doing too much and he doesn't like who she's becoming when they had that argument after that horrible double date between them and Vanessa and Joey, right? So he's apologized. He even said, "I would love to take you out. I know that your wedding anniversary is coming up, so it doesn't have to be on that day, but let me know whatever day you choose, I'm down for." Of course, he gets interrupted by Dr. Kyle coming in the door. Apparently, Kyle was out of town for a while as well. He came back to say what's up. Carlton was like, "It's all good. You could take the, you could take the room. I'm done." And Kyle has a conversation with Nicole, and she just turns it right on with Kyle. Like, she has so much history with Carlton that it just seems so heavy every time they talk. And it's so different when she talks to Kyle. Like, even when they have disagreements, she just seems to be a little lighter and more understanding with Kyle. So it's interesting to see her dynamics between the both of them. They had a camaraderie moment after speaking with her where Kyle went up to him and was like, "My bad. I didn't know, if you were in there, I wouldn't have came in. If I knew you were in there, I wouldn't have come in the office." Carlton was like, "I would have if I was you. Like, it's still a competition and I'm still coming for Nicole's heart." He even was like, "I understand, like, you've been coming after her for a few, months, whatever. I've been going at her for decades." So once again, you admit that you've been after Nicole even when she was married. Oh my God, Carlton is the worst. Like, he really is the worst. I don't understand how Nicole could even be attracted to him, knowing that like this man has been coming after me since the beginning, since I've been married to his best friend this whole time. Like, it's just so nasty in character for him to still be doing this and her to still be so into him. Like, it's so annoying. And then for both of them to realize, like, we might not be the only two. No one knows, is there a three, four, five? Like, Nicole's just been having a good time, and she's been telling both of them that she does not want to be exclusive at all. She was even hoping that Dr. Cal had a little fun when he was gone. She was like, "Hold on. I told you we're not monogamous. Like, if you have a little something with somebody else, please do. Enjoy yourself, okay?" And I was like, "Dang, Nicole, like she's really laying it down seriously. Like, I do not want to be locked down by either one of y'all." So, we'll see. Ted better tread lightly with pleading his case cuz him being number 3 in this, I don't see it happening at all. We haven't had too much going on between Andre and Danny on the screen. They just been giving us like drops of lovey-dovey moments, right? We did have some drama after Bill called Danny baby and Andre heard about it. He ran into Bill when Bill was at lunch with Martin. He wasn't supposed to be. Andre was introducing Martin to some of his friends over a golf game, and Martin was waiting for him at the club. And while Martin was waiting, Bill approaches him and tells him, about not running for Senate, all of that. Once Andre shows up, Martin goes and he stays and he tells Bill, like, "I'm the only one calling Danny baby, period. Like, calm that down." So, of course, Bill, once he has the moment to speak to Danny, he throws that in Danny's face, like, "Oh, your insecure husband came to me again and, had a conversation, blah, blah, blah." So then she still brings it to him, which is so annoying. Like, why do we even have to attest to whatever Bill is saying? Like, she could have just let that fly, whatever. But no, she brings it up to Andre and she's like, "Are you still insecure about our marriage? Like, why did you bring it up to him?" And he was like, "Yeah, I laid down the law, but it's nothing. Like, it is what it is." And exactly, that man had every right to stand up for his wife in that moment. Like, Danny is too lenient with Bill. It's so annoying. Like, yeah, you're not going to call my wife baby in front of her children and your wife and think that I'm not going to say anything. Like, no, Bill was definitely out of line, and Danny is too passive when it comes to Bill. And that's going to be the issue. Okay. Apparently, they're still in marital bliss. Naomi had a moment with Danny where she even asked her, like, "Oh, things are going so well. Are you sure you wouldn't be open to having more kids with Andre?" Girl. Now we know that Danny might be missing motherhood because Chelsea doesn't want her to be a momager anymore. But that doesn't mean that she should go having any ideas of spitting out any more kids. Whoa. Whoa. Like, that would be wild. What y'all think? How would y'all feel about Danny having a kid with Andre? I mean, if their love is real, and I'm still saying if because we're only a year in and there's still a lot to happen, but it does seem like they do truly love each other. But do they have to have kids? I don't know. That sounds sticky. That sounds real sticky. I don't know what y'all think. And y'all know Bill will lose a gasket if he finds out that she's pregnant. Whoo! It's officially going down. We now have our crossover episode coming in May. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Mr. Victor Newman is coming to Fairmont Crest. Yo, we made it. Okay. We made it. It is solidified. So the storyline is that Martin is going to have a press conference, something to announce that he is going to be running for Senate. And Victor is going to come and speak. He's going to be a speaker. So, how exciting is it that we get to establish our world in the Young and Restless Empire? Whoa. Young and the Restless has been on for decades, and now we get to solidify our place in the soap opera world by having our first merging episode. Now, we did have some other episodes where some characters have come in before. Having Victor, like, oh my goodness. This is like if Vernon would go to Jabot Enterprises, like this is really establishing us being in this world. So I'm so excited to see this episode. Let me know what y'all think. Like, will Victor be on Martin's side or will he be on the opposing side? Like, is he going to bring in more drama? Like, what's gonna happen? Is he gonna, Vernon was already a senator. And if Victor is coming, that means that Vernon and Victor probably knew each other when he was a sitting senator, right? When he was active. So, like, is he gonna come in with some extra stuff? Like, does he have some unfinished business with Vernon when it comes to politics? Like, what's going to happen? I don't know, but I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait. I'm so excited. We got renewed for not one, two more seasons. Beyond the Gates will be on for two more seasons. I'm so excited. There's so much to come. Us getting this time, now that we have more time to dig into these storylines, into these characters, it's gonna just continue to grow. And we did that, y'all. The fans, we've been watching and interacting, and everyone's just been doing their part. I'm so excited that we just continue this journey. Let me know how you felt about everything that I said. Hit me in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will meet you here every week. At least I be trying my best, y'all. I will meet you here every week beyond the gate.